Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? You're fine? That's good. I welcome you in my class. That is English for grade 1. We are going to start unit 1. It's a beautiful poem with title The Wind. Today is lecture 1. Under the title of grammar, we are going to learn about naming words, and we'll cover page number 12 and 13 of your book. Before this, in your English primer, you have learned many naming words. Do you remember? Boy, man, girl, woman, and many more. If not, you may watch this video lecture again and you have your own vocabulary as well. So today we learn further to recall and match common naming words with pictures from immediate environment. And my dear children, what is immediate environment? Wherever you are, everything which is in your surrounding is your immediate environment. The way you are sitting in your classroom is your immediate environment. And if you are at your home, in your room is your immediate environment. And if you are at park, that park is your immediate. So wherever we are, the things, the persons which are around us, that are our immediate environment. And we learn the common naming words from immediate environment. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 31. He, Allah, taught Adam alayhi salam all the names of everything. Then He, Allah, showed them to the angels and said, "Tell me the names of these if you are truthful." Yes, my dear children, this beautiful verse is from the incident when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam. And what this verse is telling us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala named everything, and then Allah taught these names to Adam alayhi salam. And we are still learning these names. Okay, so you tell me, are you a boy or you are a girl? So if you are a boy, raise your hand and say, I'm a boy. And if you are a girl, raise your hand and say, I'm a girl. Okay, now you tell me, where do you go to offer namaz? Where do you offer namaz? Boys offer namaz in masjid and girls offer namaz at home. What do you put in your bag? What do you put in your bag? Yes, books, notebooks, lunch box, pencil box, and many more. So my children, these words, boy, girl, namaz, masjid, bag, books, pencil, all are naming words. Good. So what do we understand? Everything around us has a name, and that is called naming word or noun. Everything. Now look around you. Everything, whatever we see, that has a name. And even if we can't see, that also has a name. For example, we can't see air, but air is name of a thing. So whatever we can see, hold, touch or feel has a name, and that is called a naming word. This naming word may refer to a person, okay, and a place and thing, okay. So naming word may refer to a person, place or thing, and thing can be categorized into two things. One is living and the other is non-living. Do you know what is living and non-living? If not, you may discuss with your science teacher. So for example, human being, they are living, animals, they are living, plants, they are living. So all are naming words for living things, and non-living things, a chair, a table, a desk, all are naming words for non-living things. So what we understand, everything around us has a name, and that is called a naming word. This naming word may refer to a person, this naming word may refer to a place and a thing. Do you understand? Okay, for example, these naming words are there in your notebook. I'm showing you with pictures. First, let's see what does your book say about it. Naming words. Everything around us are naming words. Naming words name a person, a place, or thing. For example, girl. Girl is a naming word, and what does it refer to? It refers to a person. Girl is naming word for a person. It is home. Home is naming word, and what type of naming word it is? It is a naming word for place. Home is the place where we live. So, home is naming word for a place. Cat, and I told you, cat is a living thing. So, cat is naming word for a thing. And we know cat is animal, so we can say cat is a naming word for an animal. Pen, pen is a naming word for a thing. Banana, banana is naming word for a thing. Now you see, there are many things and there are many names. So whenever you find something, you don't know the name, you may ask from your elders, what is the name of this thing? Okay. Now you tell me, I'm giving you a few pictures, you tell me, what is this? It's a desk, and desk is a naming word for a thing. Good. It's a chair. Once again, chair is naming word for a thing. Here we go. What is this? It's a beautiful flower, and flower is naming word for a thing. It's a beautiful butterfly, and we know butterfly is naming word for thing, and both are living things. Good. It's an activity time. Now, do you understand the concept of naming words? Good. I'm going to give you an activity. What you are going to do, you will imagine that you are sitting in this park, and this park is your immediate environment. So, everything around you has a name. You have to name it. My dear fellow teachers, kindly pause the video over here and make every child to say one naming word from this picture. So, pause the video, enjoy the activity. Yes, my dear children, you find many naming words. Wow, you see you have increased your naming word vocabulary. That's nice. Now, open your book on page number 12. We are going to practice an activity from here. What you will do? Here are the naming words and here are their pictures. You have to read the naming word and match it with the relevant picture. For example, the first is teacher. This is the naming word, and where is the picture of teacher? Yes, we can see that's here. You will match it. Okay, so all of you will do this activity in your book, and teachers kindly facilitate the students in reading and finding the picture, but don't tell them like match this over there. In this way they will not learn. So pause the video, facilitate the students and let them complete this activity. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. There is another very interesting activity on page number 13 of your book. What will we do? Here are the naming words in shape of candies. Yummy, yummy. But we should not eat much of candies. All right. You will read the name, the naming word. Find out, is it a person, place, or thing? If it's a person, you will color it orange. If it's a place, you will color it blue. If it's a thing, you will color it yellow. So, the first naming word is bottle. Bottle is a thing. So, we'll color this candy yellow. The next is park. Park is naming word for a place. So, we'll color it blue. Next is fan. I'm skipping it. Here we come. Here is principal. Principal is naming word for person. So, we'll color it orange. In this way, we'll color all these candies according to category. For person, it's orange. For place, it's blue. And for thing, it's yellow. So pause the video and complete coloring all the candies. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. You have nicely colored all the candies. Good. Now you tell me what this picture is telling you. It's a picture of a woman. Yeah, and woman is naming word for a person. Good. This is picture of our beautiful city, Islamabad. So it's naming word for a city, and city is naming word for a place. Good. And here it's a chair, and chair is naming word for a thing. Very good. You learned it nicely. So I'm giving you a worksheet. What you will do here is a word bank. You will read all the words. If it's a person, write it here. If it's a place, write it here. And if it's a thing, write it here. And one more thing, whenever you go outside, you go to a market, to a park, keep observing all the naming words around you. And if you find, once again, if you find anything which you don't know, ask from your elders. All right. So my dear children, we have learned the concept of naming words and common naming words with pictures from immediate environment. So in this way, and we also categorize common naming words. We achieved our SLO to recall and match common naming words with pictures from immediate environment. Are we done with it? Yes, and we thoroughly enjoyed doing it. That's wonderful. Now, my children, keep learning and take very good care of yourself. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.